Perfectly Imperfect, written by Seth Hunter. In a hyper-competitive world, it is easy to fall into the trap of demanding perfection in all areas of our lives. Many people live, both consciously or unconsciously, in a state of underlying anxiety. We have a fear, for example, that any day now will be found out, that we're pretending to be competent at work and really we're inadequate in so many ways. We are fundamentally flawed. Some argue that one of our most common fears as humans, when you strip away all our defense mechanisms and get beneath all the bluster, is we secretly suspect we are charlatans, frauds. We have a vague sense that we're blagging it, and so far no one seems to have noticed. For me, a sense of impending ridicule, if not outright humiliation, is never far from the surface, however well I present myself. Take this blog, for example. I set myself the goal of writing 1 post a week, yet failed to do this within a few days of making this resolution. I even tried to make myself accountable by sharing this intention with you in an earlier post. My disappointment at not sticking to my post-a-week commitment lurks around the edges of my awareness and leaves me with an uncomfortable sense of failure. A familiar sense of shame and frustration at breaking this simple commitment is not only a little embarrassing, but also demoralizing. My inner critic seems to want to judge and punish me for yet again falling short and messing up. What to do? Accept that I'm perfectly imperfect. We all are. The Japanese have a lovely way of relating to imperfections. Kintsugi, golden joinery, is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the areas of breakage with lacquer dusted or mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum. As a philosophy, it treats breakage and repair as part of the history of an object, rather than something to disguise. The idea that in embracing flaws and imperfections, you can create an even stronger, more beautiful piece of art. Leonard Cohen, the legendary Canadian poet and singer, writes in his song anthem from the 1992 album The Future, a profound message of hope in darkness. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Naturally, the Buddhists have something to say about imperfections and the temporary nature of everything. You see this goblet? Asks Ajahn Chah, the Thai meditation master. For me, this glass is already broken. I enjoy it. I drink out of it. It holds my water admirably, sometimes even reflecting the sun in beautiful patterns. If I should tap it, it has a lovely ring to it. But when I put this glass on the shelf and the wind knocks it over, or my elbow brushes it off the table and it falls to the ground and shatters, I say, of course. When I understand that the glass is already broken, every moment with it is precious. From Thoughts Without a Thinker, Psychotherapy from a Buddhist Perspective, by Mark Epstein. What about the near universal fear of parents that they have been found wanting in raising their children? D.W. Winnicott was a British psychoanalyst and paediatrician who lived from 1896 to 1971. He was a prominent figure in the field of child development and made significant contributions to our understanding of the caregiver's-child relationship and the impact it has on the child's emotional and psychological development. Winnicott's concept of good enough refers to the idea that parents do not need to be perfect to raise healthy and well-adjusted children. Instead, they should aim to be good enough by providing adequate care and emotional support while allowing children to experience manageable frustrations and challenges. This approach helps children develop resilience, autonomy, and a realistic understanding of the world. By not overprotecting or excessively indulging their children, good enough parents enable their children to develop a sense of self and the ability to cope with life's inherent difficulties. Winnicott's comforting concept for the relationship between parents and their children is just as helpful to us all as adults trying to deal with life's inevitable vicissitudes. Good enough has become a well-used mantra of mine I use to make peace with imperfection. It has proved to be a powerful antidote to the distress caused by bouts of relentless rumination as to my real or perceived sense of inadequacies or failings. Indeed, I know this blog post isn't perfect, and I'm already imagining your criticisms as to my hackneyed attempts to write something clever. I already feel a bit disappointed in this musing before I've even posted it, yet I leave my desk saying quietly to myself that I've tried my best and this is good enough. Despite our imperfections, or maybe because of them, it's worth remembering that human beings are not mathematical problems to be solved. We are sunsets in which to be in awe.